Everybody, Sue's here from Revelation Quilts. I have got a bucket of 1-inch strips here. Let me show you how you can use these. Quick and easy, super fun. Let's start right now. All right, so I have got my bin here of my 1-inch scraps. As you can see, I have many. So I'm going to use these, and I am just going to start by taking a length and taking another length. Now, when you do this, you want to keep them, don't go, like, I would not sew this whole length all at once, because the more strips that you sew together, the more chance you have to have them be really wonky. So I like to keep mine, I'm going to say like under 12 inches, because when you get more than that, it just is really easy to get wonky. So I'm just going to pick two. I think these two are good. And I'm just going to put them right sides together like this. And I'm just going to sew right down that length. All right, so I'm just going to start by sewing these two together. And while I'm sewing them together, I'm just using a scant 1/4 inch, so I'm not using a full 1/4 inch seam. And I'm not pulling on either the top or the bottom. I'm just making sure that they are lined up. And I'm letting the machine do the work by pulling my fabric through. And I've got the first two sewn together. I'm going to cut off the excess. I've got a little salvage on there, so I'll cut that off too. And then that can go right back in my bin, the leftovers. Now I'm going to press this open with my iron. Okay, I've got it pressed open. Now I'm going to pick another strip, but instead of sewing it onto the one that I have just added, I'm going to spin it around and I'm going to sew it to my original strip. And this will help your strips from getting, really skewed one way or the other. And, be kind to yourself, because there's no way not to have these be skewed in some way, but just do the best that you can. So I have another strip here. I'm going to add it to this side. So I'm basically working my way on both sides out from the middle. So let me get this third strip sewn on. All right, there is my third strip sewn on. Very nice. Now I'm going to spin it around again and do my fourth strip. Now I'm going to keep building from the center out until I have 10 strips all sewn together. So just continue on. The next step will be trimming them. So I'll see you then. All right, so here I have got my strip. It is, I'm going to say it's about, 15 inches long or so. But I'm going to cut this into 5.5 inch lengths. So I am going to start over on this side, and I'm just going to cut a straight edge. Now I can line up these seams here with a line on my ruler, and I'm just going to cut a straight edge so I have a nice straight edge to start with. And I'm going to flip it over since I'm right-handed, and I am going to cut into, like I said, 5.5 inches. So just line things up here. Let's see, 5.5 is right there. There we go. And there's one. Probably get 2 out of this with some change. Let's see, here's another one. So there's 2, and then the third, there's not quite enough, but I'm going to take these leftovers, I'm going to cut them into 2-inch strips, because I can use this for a piano key border. Let's see, I think I can get 2-inch strips out of here, because yeah, it's just about 4.5 inches. So let's do some 2-inch strips here. And let's do another one. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So I've got a little pile here of 2-inch strips that I can use as a piano key border, and I'm just going to sew those together at a later date. So I've got my 5.5 inch, but I want to make sure it's 5.5 inches this way as well. So I'm going to take the middle seam, which is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, this is the middle seam. So I'm going to line that seam up with my 2 3/4. Half of 5.5 is 2.75. So my 2.75 inch line right on that center seam, and it just gives me a tiny bit to cut off of this edge, and then another tiny bit will be cut off of the other edge. So let's do that. Oh, I don't think there's any that will be cut up there, just this tiniest little sliver of fabric there. So there's that one, and then I'll do this one as well. Super easy. 2.75 in the middle. 2.75. I have to talk to myself all the time. I don't really have an inner monologue, so I have to say it out loud. There we go. Let's go this way. Okay, 2.75. Again, just a tiny bit. So my wonkiness was at kind of a minimum on these blocks. So there we go. So I'm going to add these to my design wall, where I've already made a couple more. And when I put them up there, I'm going to put them like this, like a rail fence quilt, like this, so I don't have to match up any seams when I sew these together. So let's take a look at the design wall right now. Okay, so let's get these last two up here. And let's see, let's go this, I'm going to go this way and this way, like this. So as you can see, it's kind of in a rail fence. I'm just alternating every other one. And this is a great idea for a scrappy quilt. I love this idea. So I'm going to sew these together, and the best part about sewing them together is that you don't have to match up any seams. You just have to make sure that where 4 blocks meet, that the seams are going in opposite directions, so that your rows will be nice and flat and smooth and things like that. So I'm going to get these sewn together. You can make this as big or small as you want, just depending on how many blocks that you want to make, obviously. I'm going to stop here because a new idea popped into my head and I want to get started on it right away. But I did want to show you this. A great way to use up your tiniest strips. This is kind of why I save my 1-inch strips. So let's get this sewn together. Okay, so I've got all of my blocks sewn together, and a little tip or trick. I think it's not a tip or a trick. It's just common sense. But when you sew your blocks together, press all of your seams towards the long strip, because it automatically wants to go that way anyway. So if you press it that way, you're just going to save yourself a lot of headaches in trying to bend all these little seams in. So press them all towards the long strip on each one, and then when you sew your rows together, just nest those seams, and it all works out really well. Now I've added a 2.5-inch black border around the whole thing, and then these are my little leftover piano keys that I just sewed together. Now I only had enough for each side. I didn't have enough for the top or the bottom, but that's okay with me, because it just makes the quilt a little wider, and it's still longer than it is wide, but I like it like this. And then all I have to do now is bind it. I can add more borders if I want to make it bigger, but I don't. I'm just going to bind all the way around in the black. So that will frame in these piano keys really nicely. So this quilt measures, I think, 35, let's see, 38 by about 45-ish, 44 and a half, 45. So it's a great play mat for a little kid or a toddler. I'm going to hang this on my wall because I think it looks pretty striking. So that is what you can do with your tiny little 1-inch strips. I love it. Hey, my members make this channel possible. So thank you to all of my members. Their little contribution every month really makes a difference, more than they probably realize. So thank you for that. Join the Revelations Quilt Guild. We just started a new challenge for the months of November and December. It's the best of 2025. So show off your best creations of this year and you could win a prize. That's all you have to do, is just put that picture up on the Facebook page. Don't forget to tell me in the comments on how you use up your tiny little strips or strings. I'd love to know. So happy quilting to everybody. We're getting towards the end of the year. So finish those UFOs so you can start fresh in 2026. Just putting that out there, just a little encouragement. So happy quilting, everybody. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.